I am always afraid of being alone, because when I am alone, I start to wonder who I am. Who am I, and why the fear? It is not only your fear, it is everybody's fear. Because nobody is what he was supposed to be by existence. Society, the culture, the religion, the education have all been conspiring against innocent children. They have all the powers, the child is helpless and dependent. So whatsoever they want to make out of him, they manage to do it. They don't allow any child to grow to his natural destiny. Their every effort is to make human beings into utilities. Who knows? If a child is left on his own to grow, whether he will be of any use to the vested interests or not. Society is not prepared to take the risk. It grabs the child and starts molding him into something that is needed by the society. In a certain sense, it kills the soul of the child and gives him a false identity, so that he never misses his soul, his being. The false identity is a substitute. But that substitute is useful only in the same crowd which has given it to you. The moment you are alone, the false starts falling apart. And the repressed real starts expressing itself. Hence the fear of being lonely. Nobody wants to be lonely, everybody wants to belong to a crowd. Not only one crowd, but many crowds. A person belongs to a religious crowd, a political party, a Rotary Club, and there are many other small groups to belong to. One wants to be supported 24 hours a day. Because the false, without support, cannot stand. The moment one is alone, one starts feeling a strange craziness. That's why you have been asking about because for a long time. You believed yourself to be somebody, and then suddenly in a moment of being alone, you start feeling you are not that. It creates fear. Then who are you? And many years of suppression. It will take some time for the real to express itself. The gap between the two has been called by the mystics, the dark night of the soul, which is a very appropriate expression. You are no more the false, and you are not yet the real. You are in a limbo, you don't know who you are. Particularly in the West, and the questioner comes from the West. The problem is even more complicated. Because they have not developed any methodology to discover the real as soon as possible. So that the dark night of the soul can be shortened. The West knows nothing as far as meditation is concerned. And meditation is only a name for being alone. Silent, waiting for the real to assert itself. It is not an act, it is a silent relaxation. Because whatever you do will come out of your false personality. All you're doing for all the years has come out of it. It is an old habit. Habits die hard. There was one great mystic in India, Eknath. He was going for a holy pilgrimage with all his disciples. It was almost 3 to 6 months' journey. One man came to him, fell at his feet, and said, "I know I am not worthy. You know it too, everybody knows me. But I know your compassion is greater than my unworthiness. Please accept me also as one of the members of the group that is going on the holy pilgrimage." Eknath said, "You are a thief, and not an ordinary thief, but a master thief. You have never been caught, and everybody knows that you are a thief. I certainly feel like taking you with me. But I also have to think about those 50 other people who are going with me. You will have to give me a promise. And I am not asking for more, just for these 3 to 6 months' time while we are on the pilgrimage. You will not steal. After that, it is up to you. Once we are back home, you are free from the promise." The man said, "I am absolutely ready to promise. And I am tremendously grateful for your compassion." The other 50 people were suspicious. To trust in a thief. But they could not say anything to Eknath, he was the master. The pilgrimage started, and from the very first night there was trouble. The next morning there was chaos. Somebody's coat was missing. Somebody's shirt was missing. Somebody's money was gone. And everybody was shouting, "Where is my money?" Was missing, and they were all telling Eknath. "We were worried from the very beginning that you were taking this man with you. A lifelong habit." But then they started looking, and they found that things were not stolen. Somebody's money was missing, but it was found in somebody else's bag. Somebody else's coat was missing, but it was found in somebody else's luggage. Everything was found, but it was an unnecessary trouble every morning. And nobody could conceive what can be the meaning of it. Certainly it is not the thief, because nothing was actually stolen.